guys, JCast here. It's been over a year since I've last recorded, but I backed this game on Kickstarter. It's the alpha build of Chapter 1. I like already the new opening. I like the animation, I've been following it the whole way, and I'm excited. Let's just jump right into it. Maybe they changed something for the prologue, so we'll just go through the prologue. Enter your name. What is your name? Interesting, so I can't do another capital. So you can only do a capital at the beginning. I can't do dashes. Interesting. Okay, I'll just do that. You're telling me the truth. Yes, that's my name, at least
Of course.
part of the way. A strong and powerful name. Might be just the one I'm looking for. Come find me at the castle, and I promise all that you desire shall be
I'll
yours.
be waiting.
I'll be waiting.
No!
That was indeed a... Ooh, I like this! The dark banner. I must have overslept midday. Just a backstory, I've played this from the very first demo they released for the Kickstarter. There's so many things. The backgrounds are moving, the lights are shining. They're getting voice actors and actresses. Looking good. Not only that, you have frightened expressions are all walking the opposite direction of the castle. Well, I'm gonna ask around. Everyone seems too preoccupied. They answer.
Ouch!
Ugh, of course, the best man in the stars reach. Now looking where you're walking to trip over something. Stretched out from the shade of an old pine tree, you see an old bare foot with a sandal lazily hanging off. Looking at the source of the leg, you see an old man being constricted by the tree roots. Ooh, I like this. Really vamped up, I believe. The story here in the intro. It's hard to see into the shadow with the bright sun. You wait for your eyes to adjust or rush to save the old man. You know, it's one of those things where, like, I'm going to assume that these are brand new stuff, but probably a lot of it was in the original demo. It's just been a while since I've played it. I'm gonna rush in because that's how I'm gonna be. Diving headfirst towards the old man and grabbing the two biggest tree roots, you make a shocking revelation. It's Durandall! It's not that he looks homeless, but there is a bit of unkempt nature of him. After getting bored of connecting with strap goes on that bag, you notice the old man is wearing a pointy hat. Oh yes, that's right. They're gonna give us the instructions. I really hope the instructions they give us play into the end of the game. I think that'd be really cool. As a former scriptorium apprentice, you can tell by the shape of his hat means he's a wizard! An enchanter wears a pointed hat that drapes down to one side or behind the wearer, similar to a nightcap. It keeps the hair out of their eyes while reading and writing ancient runes. Sorcerers wear tall pointy hats for some internal ranking system, but we all know it's cause they allow to be the center. Okay, so because if it's supposed to be a sorry guys, I'm a grammar Nazi, so to speak. Putting an apostrophe there, it's all because, but you can put the apostrophe, it's all cause, but it depends on how they want to go with the writing style. It's cause they all love to be the center of attention. Since their magic is a birthright, they can be a little snooty and heavily value their traditional attire. Continuing on, and of course everyone knows Warlock wears hoods. The wizard's hat, although slightly pointy at the top, the brim is enlarged to make it more practical for traveling. I love this font. I love how it's all writing. The engine is looking good. I like how he bobs up and down. Love the art. Ooh, you always imagine wizards to be grand and sophisticated, really classy-like. Maybe he's just a homeless person after all. It was kind of silly to even consider it. Huh? Striking out from one of the worn leather bags, a piece of paper catches your eye. Of course, I'm gonna reach for this paper. I know what this paper is. You slowly pull the paper from his bag without disturbing his slumber. The Wet Tunic Contest, Saturday of the next full moon at the town of Durandall. Join the first ever Wet Tunic Contest in the history of the Four Kingdoms. Ah, I see you're interested in the Wet Tunic Contest as well. I wish I had Durandall's voice. I'm glad that his voice actor, amazing. The old man strokes his beard and begins scanning through the lines of people, mumbling to
One
himself.
can never be too careful.
Exactly, one never can be too careful. We should get going as soon as possible to get good seats.
I wonder.
That's most likely where all these folks are going. I don't think so. You get the distinct impression that the old man is not listening.
Precisely.
Okay, so they updated the emotes for these characters. I'm loving how the emotes transition smoothly between. There was a build where they would fade in and out. I've seen other visual novels do that. It was really distracting, so I'm glad they listened to me and some of the other people. Speaking of which, if you join them, here's a plug. If you join them on Patreon, you can get access to Discord. Talk to them in person. Precisely, great minds think alike, you know. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, J-Jack.
Hello there.
I am the great wizard Durandall. Wait, you know me?
Precisely.
Precisely. Of course I know you. We're all going to do so much, and it all started right here.
Now.
Or starts here, for you, I suppose. Such a brave lad.
By my beard!
Good heavens me, I haven't told you of what I'm about to ask of you yet, have I?
Well, now.
You see, the thing is, I was prepared to set off on an adventure of magic, maidens, and monsters. The usual mayhem. I ran into a bit of a snag.
Hold on. Yes.
Wait, let me find the original
When it comes to the future, one can never be too careful.
Well said.
Where is that scroll?
The wizard begins rummaging through his bag, pulling out scrolls and books, and eventually an awkward amount of time
Oh,
passes.
confusticate these scrolls!
What good is knowledge of the future if you can't find the bloody note?
Where is that scroll?
There was a grand recruitment speech written down, but I seem to have misplaced... Now, I don't curse, but you can read it as we go. Now, I'm not in the mood anymore. I need your help delivering an important message, something about the fate of the kingdom, maybe even of the world. I don't remember this in the original. He's really diving deep. You interested? Is this old man really a magician? Did he say he could see the future? Saying yes to an adventure always seems like an easy choice in the scroll books, but know that it's actually happening. I don't know what to do. Should I go in with this homeless man, wizard, on an adventure? Of course, let's go.
Precisely.
Marvelous! I could tell there was something special about you. The wizard smiles and nods as with a proud expression as if you just accomplished a great task. Before you have a chance to ask about the adventure, the wizard thrusts a wax seal scroll into your hand.
Oh ho ho!
Oh ho ho! Oh man, Durandall, you're amazing. Deliver this letter to the castle for me. Post haste.
I wonder.
I seem to be having a situation, but I have important business elsewhere. You understand? Of course he does.
Oh ho ho ho!
Those tunics aren't going to wet themselves after all. Ho, 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 ho. It would be amazing to have some sort of post-credit scene where he's like... I don't know, does he have control over water? Anyways, either dumping them with buckets of water or some sort of cool magic water balloon explosion thing. That'd be amazing.
Well, now.
Or is it get themselves wet?
Precisely.
Matters not. Good luck, old friend.
Farewell.
Oh, look at the little lights coming up as... Oh, it's so cool. As the wizard begins walking to the opposite direction of the castle. Ooh, yes, this should have the castle. As the wizard begins walking in the opposite direction of the castle. Yeah, it should have the castle. All your hopes of adventures are dashed away. You remember that you are not special. Nothing special will ever happen to you. Looking at the wizard's letter, you mumbled to yourself. Well, of course I don't think adventures suck, and I clearly don't suck. Well, Durandall doesn't suck either. Man, Okay, well, no, I'm not gonna blame Durandall. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He may be mischievous, but Okay, adventures suck. Man, what a terrible and difficult decision. As if he could hear, the wizard halts at his steps and begins walking back towards you. I'm glad I didn't say it was him.
Apprentice.
You need not worry. I'll bring you back a souvenir or something. The wizard bids you farewell and joins the lines of people marching away from the castle. Before getting back on the road, you take a moment to inspect the sealed wax scroll. You have obtained Durandall's letter. No way I'm gonna throw it away. Of course, I've got a priori knowledge here, but put it back in the pocket. Without understanding what the old wizard meant, who this letter's for, or what to expect when you arrive, you put Durandall's letter back into your pocket and resume the long walk to Stars Reach Castle. Okay, great idea, guys. Just a thought, okay? For those who are going to be streaming, or reading it, or doing walkthroughs, because I watch people on Twitch, and people just get annoyed by seeing the mouse in the middle of the screen. Imagine if the mouse, like, automatically disappeared after a second or something, and then if you decide to move it, right? Because you can click the mouse. Oh, I didn't read that, sorry. You can click the mouse. Just a thought. Maybe it kind of goes into some sort of sleep mode until you have to, like, do the mini games or interact, and then it can show up. But at the moment, it's not bothering me. I just know that some people who watch other people, they're like, why is the mouse in the middle of the screen? So anyways, after all, that wizard was acting extremely odd, so you're not sure what to expect once you approach the gates. Ooh, some water. Stream's water tastes nice and cold, but before you can savor the refreshing taste, something catches your eye. Oh yes, yes, I cannot wait. My most favorite song so far is the battle music. From under the bridge, 3 small figures with ragged clothes hobble out. Even though you have never seen them in real life, they are unmistakably goblins! Goblins! Goblins left behind some crude weapons, a bone bow, a rusty sword, a rusty short sword, and a twig that looks like a wand. If you pick up a weapon, there's an opportunity to attack before the goblins notice you. Which weapon will you use to attack? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use the rusty short sword just because I like the game mechanics. We'll see how they play out, but you pick up the rusty short sword. Ooh, I like that. I like the little glow and everything. Certainly not the most finely crafted, but the weight feels good in your hand. Swinging hard should definitely do some damage. Would you like to equip the rusty short sword? Oh yes. Oh, so we get some choice. This music, I think, is new. Would you like to? Okay, you have equipped the rusty short sword. With a bolster of confidence, you rush at the closest goblin. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! I guess I'm still. Ooh, I like that sound. The goblin spun around at the last moment and hits the weapon out of your hand.
Huh?
Ambush from behind.
Yep.
Me's got you like a pig. It's a good 20 yards of the castle guards. Even at full sprint, there's no way that you could reach. Even at full sprint, there's no way they could reach you in time. The goblin sword winds up as he transitions to a two-handed grip, and then wham! Say bye-bye to neckhead. The goblins have been replaced with gigantic, upside-down icicles spouting out from the ground. Just as you think it almost looks beautiful, you are snapped back into reality by cold burning in your lungs.
Fan out and search the area.
Ooh. So she said fan out and search the area. I wonder if they should switch this to search, just so that it matches. But it doesn't have to. Anything carrying a weapon is considered hostile. Uh-oh.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
You betcha.
You betcha. Oh, I like how the chibis are popping up back there. If there's anyone out there, we'll find the commander. The guards find you almost instantly. Luckily, you realize you're still holding the rusty short sword and throw it down before the guards notice. Of course I would.
Order.
You there, stay where you are. Huh? What's up with these guards? The guards point a tremendously long lance towards you as 2 other guards appear out of the midst at either side of you. Commander, we got one over here. The mist begins to swirl as the form of a female knight with long hair and a glowing azure sword begins walking towards you. Waving her sword as if drawing an invisible line on the ground, the snowy fog is disappearing with a gust of wind. She gives you a size-up glance before locking eyes with you.
I have no time for games.
Why have you not evacuated with the other villagers? I didn't know. I'm looking for an apprenticeship. I have a. I don't want to be. Nope. I have a letter.
No.
That man is not a villager. Ooh, I like the icicles here, and I like the. Ooh, I love the aesthetic. Yes. Good job. Wait, do the chibis? I'll have to see. Do the chibis' expressions change as well, or is the first guard always gonna look disapproving? A female knight walks up carrying a huge broken greatsword, followed by a group of soldiers. Sorry to interrupt, Commander.
Got it.
Yes, I love the introduction. They're coming across. The villages have safely escorted to the designated safe zones as you ordered. As we were crossing the bridge, I saw this brave fellow try to take on the goblins all by himself.
All right.
Alright, it was quite the valiant effort. Muffled laughter surrounds you until one of the guards step out.
Unacceptable.
Commander, there's a letter scroll sticking out of his pocket. You know what's interesting? I remember in the original demo, they introduce you to, we haven't seen her yet, but they introduce you to a character first, kind of hiding in the woods. We'll see how they introduce her now. Search him!
Yes, Commander.
Yes, ma'am. The guard, so, she call her ma'am or commander? How does the commander feel about being called ma'am? The guard grabs you roughly and begins to pat you down. She searches into your pockets and pulls out the letter scroll the old man gave you to deliver. After finishing her search, another guard comes up from the other side. Don't try anything funny there, sugar. You don't want to get hurt now. He was carrying this. The guard hands over the scroll, falls back in line with the others.
I must consider.
Is her voice line a little bit louder than the other ones? The woman in giant shiny armor keeps her icy gaze focused on you as she peels open the scroll. After a moment of reading, she looks back towards you. Wet tunic contest?
I have no time for games.
I like how her eyes went off to the side and all that. You guys, great on you. The red on the edge is like I'm blushing. Yes, you feel your face go beet red from embarrassment. This other scroll carries the seal of Durandall. The commander breaks the wax seal and you see her eyes run back and forth over
Apprentice.
the scroll. Is this letter true? Wait, I haven't read it, have I? Yes?
Agreed.
Very well then. If there are the wizard's instructions, so be
Guards.
it. Durandall was forced to leave on urgent business. Of course he was. That's what he told you. And he's left us with his new apprentice.
Aye.
Orc guard, orc guard, orc guard. It's true he left through the west gate early this morning. He was in an exceptionally good mood. Saying a dream come true or something like that. Oh, something of the like. I like how they'd have different speech patterns. It's very nice. Left in quite a hurry, too. The news seems to be quite a shock because all the guards start to murmur among themselves. Suddenly you are hit with a pulse of cold air as the commander shoves her sword into the ground.
Silence.
Calm yourselves. Whether it was the cold blast or feeling of terror with this woman provokes you to find yourself snapping to attention as well. Durandall would not leave us in our time of need unless he had a very good reason. He understands what's at stake here.
War is coming.
We all do. But we don't have time to waste. Captain, take 2 squads and do a final sweep over
Got
the village.
it.
Right away, Commander. So are we...
Sword up.
We're gonna go and view the village. I think most of this game is inside the castle, but I like how there's the lore outside of it. You hear that, soldiers? Form up. We're moving out. 2 squads. Go. Before leaving, the woman with the broken sword gives you an inquisitive smile.
Till next time, Apprentice.
See you around, hero. The rest of you can go back to your stations. I need a few more words with our new guest. The commander sheathes her sword, takes 2 steps towards you.
Apprentice.
Durandall was indeed charged with protecting the stone, but it is my charge to protect this castle.
I must consider.
This letter says I'm to give you access to the Mage Tower, training facilities, and even provide you with quarters. However... quarters. I thought of like literal quarters. My bad. No, we don't have coins. That'd be interesting if there was like a currency in this game in order to like buy certain things. But no, quarters to live in, not quarters to spend. However, the letter does not say when I have to give you access, nor where you shall reside. Well, don't be mean. You may sleep in the South Tower and are permitted to enter the castle only during the day hours.
Apprentice.
Apprentice, at least until we know you are the man this letter promises. I'm gonna... Has she always had this part here? I don't know if I ever noticed that. Anyways, I'm not gonna be like, she's the type who's gonna freeze me to death. I gotta be
Well done.
Exactly. Well done. The commander gives the slightest of nods before turning on her heel and marching off.
Train hard.
Train hard, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Commander. Okay. Yes, of course. Bunny Guard, you are the best. At least for the moment. Let's get you settled in. The Bunny Guard escorts you to the South Tower and shows you off to the room. So that's interesting. So you don't meet... Huh, interesting. Okay, so in the original demo, you met the archery instructor. But you don't meet her here. That'll be interesting, because that gives you a different... Like, for me, how I meet the characters at first, you know, first impressions and all that. So that means it's going to change our first impression of her. Interesting. The Bunny Guard escorts you to the South Tower and shows you to your room.
You betcha.
You betcha. All right, sugar. This here is where the commander said to put you up. I like her way of talking. I just had to read over it again just to make sure it made grammatical sense. Feel free to get settled in. I'll be posted. I love this music right here. I'll be posted outside if you need anything. Oh, and I almost forgot. Welcome to Stars Reach. The guard smiles at you. Oh, I love this music. I haven't heard the battle music yet, which will probably get me grooving, but I like this music right here too. Oh, if I keep hearing it for a while, it might become my number one. I hope this isn't temp music. Hope this is the official OTS. Oh, OST, excuse me. The guard smiles at you warmly before leaving the room. Oh yes, the menu. Character status. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through the main menu right here, and then I'm going to stop for episode 1, and then we'll go on. This allows not just for AGL Studios, but for any of you viewers to take in little chunks. Okay, character status. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. So they added these. So you have these different categories, right? And depending on what you do, these will go up and down. So you have that. Then you have... Yeah, you have these other 4, right? So they expanded it. So not only do you have these strength, wisdom, dex, and stealth, now you also have these traits: courage, devil's luck, discipline, intelligence. And then there's relationship meters. Those are cool. Here we go. Relationship status: archery instructor, magic instructor, sword instructor, dark elf. And these will be going up and down. And I believe they've also done a morale. So as I interact with the people in the world, that'll impact their morale. Huh. Okay, I guess I don't have any equipment right now. Setting. Save game, yes. Save game. Oops. Okay. Gameplay auto. What does that mean? Putting a little description here would help me know what that means. I can understand with full screen the resolution all these are. Like, is this auto, like, it auto reads for you so I don't have to click? But yeah, I love this little, the UI here. Let's see if they'll let me exit. I bet you they won't let me exit. That was a long day, I'm exhausted. I should probably go to sleep. Okay. We're gonna stop it right here. Call it intro 1 done. I'll see you in the next one.